so the next group is Group 27, Broward County County Clerk Judge. It's Group 27, and in that race we have Phoebe Rebecca Francois, and she's running against Jacob E. Siegel. Your thoughts?
So I agree with the Sun Sentinel again, where I think they're definitely on point. I forget the quote that they had, but I think it's something to the extent where they stated that Phoebe Rebecca Francois is clearly the best choice in this particular race, and I have to echo that. I knew Phoebe when she was a public defender. I was a public defender as well. When I came into the public defender's office in Broward County, she was there. She tried some of the toughest cases in the Broward County's office, and you couldn't tell Phoebe nothing about her clients. I mean, none of her clients were guilty as far as she was concerned. If you question that, she would put you in your place because all of her clients were innocent unless proven guilty, and she stood by that.
That's right. And, that's the Constitution. Innocent until proven guilty.
Nah, not unless. She let you know it was unless.
Unless, because even if they were proven guilty, they weren't guilty. That was like a technical problem.
Until presupposes they're going to be found guilty, unless puts the burden on the state to prove it. So right. She, and I just remember her because she was, those cases that she tried were the most difficult cases at the public defender's office. And despite that she had this huge caseload of these really, really hard, difficult, tough cases, whenever I went to her with a question, she was always available. She always made herself available. She would send me pertinent case law. She would go over certain trial tactics with me. And she did that not just with me, but with other attorneys in the office. So she always had time. And I'll never forget that. And I always appreciate the way that she approached the practice of law and the way that she approached being professional with her colleagues and with the court. She was just an awesome person. And so I definitely agree with the Sun Sentinel, and I'm voting for Phoebe.
On that case, yeah. And so just some of the information on Judge Francois, because she's actually already a judge and she's running for her seat, right? So she's the incumbent in this particular race. So she's running to keep her seat in the Group 27. And she's been a member of Broward Bar for 25 years. And she was a hearing magistrate also. She has that experience. And she's actually tried to be a judge like a number of times, right? And she's definitely a go-getter. I think she tried she says this, is public information that she either ran or applied to, get appointed as a judge maybe 15 or 16 times before she was finally appointed. And so she worked as a special magistrate. She had her own practice for a long time. She actually worked for the Cochran firm for about 5 years. She was a assistant public defender for about 9 or 10 years. And she did do some work while in, I believe, maybe law school or as an internship with the Assistant State Attorney's Office as a certified legal intern. And she has a balanced work in terms of trial work. She has 60% criminal and 40% of her work is civil. And she does have already has some judicial experience in terms of trial work as a judge. 55% of that work was civil and 45% of that work was criminal. And she's very, very engaged in the community, very, very involved in the community. She's part of Make-A-Wish, Broward Meals on Wheels, Minority Development and Empowerment Incorporation. She's part of the Community Action Agency Board, Diversity Community member. I mean, the list goes on and on. She's a mentor at some of the middle, high school, and even to like law school students. She's a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated since 2004, it says. She's been a keynote speaker at several different events. She helps students, like some of the schools have trial team experience, so she's been a judge with trial team for some of the high school students. She was a member of she's a member of the TJ Riddick Bar Association. I believe that's the Broward Black Bar, right? TJ Riddick is for Broward. Yes, she's a member of the Haitian Lawyers Association, Caribbean Bar, Broward Bar, the National Bar Association, Gwen Cherry, Black Women's Bar Association, Broward County Women's Lawyers. I mean, just the list just goes on and on. She also have a lot of honors, right? And one of the honors that she has is that she was Broward County Public Defender's Office Intern of the Year in 1994. She was when she was in school, she was the most improved trial advocacy student for the criminal law section. She was in 2018, she was TJ Reddick Bar Association Trailblazer. She got their Trailblazer Award, and she was also recognized by the Lauderhill Regional Chamber of Commerce as a woman of distinction in 2015. So she's definitely, she was also recognized by the Haitian Pharmacists Association and by the Glen Cherry Women's Law Association. So Judge Phoebe comes with a lot of experience, both in criminal and civil. She's the incumbent sitting judge, and she has a list of not only are her credentials, she has a lot of awards, and she's very service-minded. Do you want to add anything to that before I talk about the person that's running against her?
Well, just what you've already said, that she's got tremendous community service experience, so she's definitely involved in the community.
Okay, yes. And so her opponent is judge, not judge, his name is Jacob Siegel, and he's running. He went to undergrad in Hawaii, and then he started off at Nova's Law School, but transferred to University of Florida and ended up getting his law degree from University of Florida in 1999. He's been a member of the Florida Bar for 20 years. He's not a member of any other state bar. He's done some civil work. He was actually also a public defender in Monroe County. For those who don't know, that's Key West. I've actually interviewed with them, but it's too expensive to live in Key West. So I was just like, yeah, I don't think I can afford to live here. So he was a PD in Monroe. He was also in a public defender's office in Broward for about a year, and then he went out on his own and did private practice. He does mainly personal injury and federal civil litigation cases. Now he's currently doing 100% criminal law. That's what it says. He's never run for office. In terms of community experiences.
1 second. I think it says here that he currently does 100% civil.
Is that what did I say?
You said criminal.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So it did say, you're right. It did say 100%. Oh, okay. 100%. Oh, civil currently 100%, and then criminal after with nothing behind it. So I did misread that. You're correct. And yeah, so that's all of what we have. We don't have it. What it also did say that he was the Corpus Juris Secundum Award of Excellence in Torts, and I believe that's something from law school, right? Because we take torts in law school, so that might have been an award he got in law school, right?
But he also mentions here that he volunteered with an organization called Save Our Seas. It's an environmental group, and said he's a single father of 2 boys.
Okay, so that's why it's 2 of us here, right? Because I'm flipping through the sheets, and I'm glad you saw that, right? Because I was going through it. Yes. Okay, so those are his experiences. I would agree with Jara in terms of Phoebe. I believe Phoebe Frantz was the most qualified for that particular seat. She's always she's already in that position, and unless the incumbent is doing something that shows you that they shouldn't maintain their seat, I think in this particular instance we should keep Judge Phoebe Francois on the bench for Group 27. Okay.